Hi, before the video starts, can you subscribe, ring the bell and like the video if you want to see any future content on this channel. Thank you very much and let's get on with the video. Today, I'm not doing the intro. I am going to go straight on into it and saying that today's a new video for a new year and I'm going to start with Shiranui. Literally any excuse to do Shiranui, I'll take it. So first up, Shiranui Samurai. He can banish a zombie from your graveyard to gain 6 to attack and banish any monster battles. And they last until the end phase. And if he's banished, you get to bring back a Shiranui monster from your graveyard to your hand. So a good bit of recycling, and he can banish to get more effects. Oh god, I'm going to sneeze. There's a sneeze coming, so if you... Next up, Squire. What it does is, she can bring out a special sword monster from your hand or deck upon being normal summoned. And... oh god. And if she's banished, you can draw a card and discard a card. There's no special sword. There's a Spirit Master. What it does is, when it's normal summoned, you get to either bring back a Shiranui from your graveyard or bring one out from your hand. Except him, but it's banished when it leaves the field, and he can destroy a face-up card your opponent controls when it's banished. So, destruction. Who doesn't love it? Next up is Smith. He can get your Shiranui card from your deck to your hand if he's used as a synchro material and sent to the graveyard. And if he's banished, you can prevent your zombies from being destroyed by battle that turn. Next is 2 copies of Solitar. If you've seen any other zombie deck out there, you know who this is. It brings out Uni Zombie by attributing itself, because Uni Zombie is a zombie type tuner with 0 defense. And if this is banished, then you can bring back a banished Shiranui, but if you have Shiranui style synthesis on the field, they get to bring back 2 of them. Except him. Next is the Spectral Sword monsters. First one is Spectral Sword Shade. You get to attribute him to bring back 2 banished Shiranui, except him. But you can't special summon for the rest of this turn except zombies, which is no problemo. Next is 2 Spectral Sword. He can synchro summon around the graveyard, and he can bring out Plague Spreader Zombie synchros if you use the right monster, because he balances himself as well. Next is Tucson Master. I have a combo with him with Solitar and another card in the deck, which I'll tell you later when we get to it. He can bring himself back if you have at least 2 Shiranui monsters with different names, and if he's banished, they can give one of your monsters 600 attack points. Next is the Hand Trap, Ash Blossom and Joy Spring. She can negate the effect of special summoning from the deck, adding a card from the deck to the hand, or sending a card from the deck to the grave, which is a great effect. Next is 2 Uni Zombie. He has essentially the same effect twice, but once, so you can increase the level of one monster on the field. You can increase their level by 1 by either discarding a card or milling a zombie from your deck, and you can only use each effect once per turn. You can discard a card and send a zombie, but you can't do both twice in the same turn. Next is Mizuki. What he does is he can banish himself from the graveyard to bring back a zombie. So that's all for the monsters. Next up is 2 Solemnity. Its name becomes since the field spell's name was on the field, which is Shiranui style synthesis, and it's a card I've been talking about with Tucson Master and Solitar. So you can either banish a zombie from your graveyard to make the normal and special summons of your zombies can't be negated for the rest of this turn. That probably made no sense, but oh well, nothing makes sense at this point. And you can banish a zombie you control to mill a zombie with 0 defense to the grave. That's the effect that goes well with Tucson Master and Solitar, because that way you'd have 3 monsters on the field. Next is 2 Call of the Mummy. What it does is it brings out a zombie from your hand, but you have to have no monsters to do so. Next is 2 Ghostly Skull, a Maracos's manuscript. You get to bring back a zombie from the graveyard or banished, as long as it says the attribute with one of your zombie synchros. In this deck, it's just 5 attribute. Next is Zombie World. It turns every monster on the field and in the grave into zombies. And neither player can tribute summon monsters except zombies. So they just go nom 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 nom. Next is Book of Life. Essentially Zombie Reborn, and you get to banish a monster from your opponent's graveyard. Next is Monster Reborn. Brings back any monster to your side. Wageki and Harpy's Feather Duster. They essentially do the same thing for different things. One destroys all monsters, one destroys all spam top cards the opponent controls. Next, 2 Dark Ruler No More. It negates the effects of all your opponent's monsters that they currently control, but your opponent takes no damage that turn. Next, 1 Foolish, just in case I don't have any other way of milling my monsters. Next is Called by the Grave. Can prevent other Ash Blossoms and Joy Springs from doing things. Next is Burial from a Different Dimension. It can return up to 3 banished monsters to the grave. Now for the traps. 2 Samsara. It becomes the field spell's name while it's on the field, and you can either banish a zombie you control to take no damage, or you can shuffle 2 banished zombies with 0 defense into the deck to draw a card. Next is 2 Swallow Slash. It's like Icarus attack if you know that card. You tribute a zombie to destroy 2 cards, but you can banish a Shiranui monster from your deck as well, which goes really well with their effects. Next is 2 Success. They're very successful. What they do is you can banish summon a zombie from your hand, but it's banished when it leaves the field, and you can banish this to make one of your zombies unavailable by card effects except their own. Next, 2 Infinite Impermanence. You might have noticed that this is becoming a competitive deck. It's not too competitive, but it's getting there. So, this negates a monster effect your opponent controls, and it can either be activated from the hand if you control no other cards, or negate a spell trap card in the same column as it if you set it. Next for the extra deck, 2 Skill Saga Supremacy. Needs 2 plus zombies. Your synchros can't be destroyed by card effects. 5 monsters you control can't be destroyed by battle. And during your opponent's turn, you can special summon a banished zombie synchro you have, and it's a quick effect. But it has to be to its own dispoints too. Next is Beelzebub or the Diabolic Dragons, who needs a Dark Tuner plus 2 or more non-tuners. He cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects. Your other monsters cannot attack, and you can make one of your opponent's monsters have 0 attack, and you gain life points equal to its original attack, but your opponent takes half damage from it this turn. Next is Bells of the Diabolic Dragons. He cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, and he gains attack equal to damage you take, involving him or your opponent's card effect. Next is 2 Sun Saga. I might call it Shine Saga, which is a card I made up. So he needs a zombie tuner plus non-tuner zombies, and if he's special summoned, you get to return any number of your zombie synchros that are banished or in your graveyard to the extra deck to destroy that many cards your opponent controls. I'm not sure if it's target. I think it can destroy cards that cannot be targeted, because it doesn't target. It doesn't say target that many cards. If you can find out for me, please. Next is Shogun Saga. He can banish a zombie to gain attack points, and he gets to return a banished zombie with 0 defense to the graveyard if he's destroyed by battle or card effect. Next is 2 Squire Saga. She can banish monsters to gain 3 attack if it's a zombie, destroy a spell trap on the field if it's a fire, or destroy a monster on the field if it's a synchro, which goes really well with some of my other cards, like Samurai Saga, who can, for the most part, it can make one of your opponent's monsters lose 500 attack if it's banished. That's the effect I normally use. With the next card is Sword Saga. So if he's special summoned, you get to change the battle position of one monster. It doesn't matter who it is, and he gives you a token if he's banished. Lastly, Vampire Saga. Just as a generic zombie link monster who can draw you a card whenever a zombie is resurrected from the grave. So that's it for the deck. I hope you enjoyed my new Shiranui deck. It's a lot more competitive than the last one, and if you want to help me out in ways, you can subscribe, like I said, ring the bell, like the video, and you can go to my other social medias. And this is the first video of the year, guys. Yay! So, and I am planning to open up commissions if you want to buy any drawings. The details is up on my Facebook page if you want to go check it out. So yeah, hope you've had a nice year. Hope you had a nice new year. Bye.